They trying to fire me up. They try to fire me up early. I had to tell them save it for the show. Hey, man. Overreaction. Monday, week 1. Going live in a minute. We're going to pray for good internet the whole hour. Come on, man. My camera want to be foggy.
What's up with the camera, man?
It was A1. We was A1 2 minutes ago.
Man.
Devil is a lie.
What's going on? Huh?
The devil is a lie.
What's going on, my good people? Welcome. I think we all excited, man. Y'all know what it is. It's Overreaction Monday, man. You with the team. I'm one half for the Man to Man pod. Man, that's one with they. Got my guy D Butt.
Hey, man. I can tell by the pre-show conversation.
Hey,
it's gonna be a good one, man.
Today.
I hope
it is.
I hope everybody enjoyed their first NFL Sunday. What's today? Today is September 13th. Hope everybody enjoyed the first NFL Sunday, man. We got a great kickoff on Thursday night with Dallas and Tampa. We had a full slate of games. Every team was in action yesterday, man. Definitely some overreactions and shit. I'm ready to jump right in. How was your first football weekend though? How did you spend yesterday? How your weekend? Did you watch college football on Saturday? How's it been, man?
Man, it's been good, man. Yesterday, pulled up to my cigar spot. Had the TVs on, man. Had my iPad. Had the games on my iPad. Sunday ticket. So it was a good Sunday for me, man. Being able to catch up on the games. So definitely excited.
Yeah, man. I was on the couch all day. Yeah, all day pretty much. I woke up. I did the Spaces joint. I know you was doing something with the little ones. Did the Spaces at 12:30, Twitter Spaces. Had some people jump in there. That was dope. I'm going to be doing that every week. And then I was on my couch from 1 till about midnight, when that Bears-Rams game went off. Some good games, some blowouts, some people tricked some things off, man.
Some surprises?
Yeah, definitely. Always going to be some surprises, especially week 1. I think the biggest surprise, though, the biggest surprise and the biggest overreaction that I think people go at, which has been the biggest storyline all offseason, the Packers, man. And somebody already said in the chat, Patriots Sniper X, the Packers are dead. Jameis doesn't suck.
So you can either go that route, and obviously we're going to tap into it more.
I'm not going that route. Yeah, I'm not going that route. What's your thoughts on that game? Let's jump into it.
I mean, Jameis, look, this is what I'm going to say. Jameis is the real deal. Jameis is the real deal. Man, they played lights out. Defensively, Saints played lights out. I'm not sure what it was with the Packers and A-Rod, but it's just something with that. With it wasn't glued. They weren't glued together. And even on the defensive side of the ball, letting the ball get behind them as far as secondary wise, man. But the New Orleans Saints, man, they look good. They look real good. Jameis look real good. I think a lot of people were just concerned about, not having Michael Thomas. If he was gonna have his weapons, but you know they did well, man. They played really well.
Yeah, man, they played 60 minutes of when we always talk about it in the locker room. I know a lot of fans and people, you know, on TV, they talk about, you know, quarterbacks. But football is all about complementary play, all three phases of the game. And I feel like New Orleans had a game plan they executed and dominated on all three phases, you know, all afternoon. You know, part of the reason why they went down there in Jacksonville was A-Rod's previous record in Florida. And I don't know if it was the, you know, lack of off season or preseason work for A-Rod. What was going, the guys maybe, you know, I'm not gonna make any excuses for him, but it was bad. It was bad from start to finish. Kind of reminded me of that early game against Tampa last year for the Packers. But I know it's Overreaction Monday. I'm not gonna overreact to that Packers loss and say like they're dead. I still think they win that division. I still think they probably win 12 games this year. And, you know, they'll be right there at the end of the playoffs with A-Rod. He'll pick it up one game, you know, 16 games left. And on the other side, if I'm a Saints fan, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I wasn't worried about Jameis. I don't think you were either. We thought it was kind of ridiculous that he was even in a quarterback battle with Taysom Hill coming into this thing. You know, with Sean Payton, what he does on the offensive side of the ball, him being efficient, having Kamara, my only issue was, okay, you're going to have some top flight receivers that consistently create separation. And they did last night. I mean, well, yesterday afternoon, they did. Jameis found them, had a lot of short fields. I loved it.
Right, and you already know what it's about, man. When, you know, opportunity presents itself, man, you gotta take advantage of that. And I think the receiving core, they did that. You know what I'm saying? It's an opportunity where the big guys not in. So make a name for yourself, and I think they did that. Like you said, man, I'm definitely excited to see how the rest of the season gonna go for the Saints.
Yeah, man. It always starts up front in the trenches, and A-Rod never got comfortable, and they were able to get after him with 4 rushes up front, and then on the back end they would smother him. Shout out to Marcus Lattimore too, or Marshawn Lattimore. I'm sorry, Marshawn Lattimore. He right after the game, he signed for
got that paper, baby.
5 years. I want to say around 98 million, could be 100 mil, but
like,
you know,
like 68 guaranteed.
That bag. So he got that
love
bag.
To see it.
Love to see it, man. He played through, you know, he was questionable coming to the game. He was actually downgraded right before the game with a knee. You saw him out there playing with a cast on his hand. And they went out there and smothered those receivers, man. So Jameis, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, man, I think was his stat line. Let me see if we got it.
Only 148 yards.
That's all he needed.
148 yards, man. 5
14 for 20, 148, 5 TDs, no picks. Aaron Rodgers on the other side, 15 for 28, 133 yards. Stank. 0 TDs, 2 picks.
They controlled the ground game as well.
Did you see Jameis's post game?
Yeah, I saw it.
He started the season off right where he needed to start it off, man. So
right.
Shout out to Jameis. Jameis 2.0.
Another good thing though, they controlled the run game too, man. Kamara 20 carries, 83. Tony Jones had 11 carries, 50 yards. So right then and there, man, you controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And for everybody, Alvin Kamara, everybody, all the man-to-man, the draft that we had, I hope y'all remember who had the first pick, right? 1-1, I had the first pick. Who did I take with that first pick?
Man,
AK.
But
come on, man.
It's week 1, D, bro. You gotta relax, bro.
Come on, man.
You in the moment. Relax.
It's Overreaction Monday. It's Overreaction Monday,
Relax, man. Let's go to another game, man. Let's go in the AFC South, man.
Okay.
AFC South.
We're gonna go down there.
Let's start off with Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans, man. You have Trevor Lawrence out there. You got Urban Meyer, first-year coach, man, and you got a man-to-man alum, T2 Tyrod Taylor, 75 finest, man, out there getting that start. He played well. The Texans played well. I don't think anybody would expect coming out of week 1 the Texans would be at the top of the division.
They were balling too. They were balling start to finish. Shout out to David Culley. You know, he got that head coaching job in the midst of a shit show going on down there in Houston. Obviously, everything going on with Deshaun. They did a great job by bringing in Ty Taylor. He handled business. And I picked them against the spread, but I picked the Jaguars to win the game like an idiot. Yeah. I think we talked about the record for number one quarterbacks coming in. They're starting their record week one.
Analytic shit.
Ty Taylor. We knew.
Hey, look.
Who did you pick? Who you pick?
I picked Houston to win.
Right,
I picked Houston to win. I told you, man. You got to look, D-Butt. Don't let the people persuade you to go to the other side. The analytics is cool.
I'm saying that would have made me pick Houston too. I was just being hard-headed.
But anyway, Houston, man, they played well. T2 played well. B. Cooks was eating. He had like 5 catches for a buck something. Mark Ingram toting the rock. David Johnson out there doing his thing, man. Shout out to Lovie Smith, D coordinator out there in Houston, man. Playing his D. Pause. Mm-hmm. So it was a good showing, man, for Houston, man. What do you think for Houston and Jacksonville for the rest of the year?
Look, we're not gonna spend too much time on Houston and Jacksonville. I know it's week 1, overreaction Monday, but come on, it's
I'm gonna show my man some love. T2, man.
Hey, shout out to Ty Taylor.
He my man love.
He who gotta show him love.
Show my man love.
But let's not get beside ourselves. I mean, but we picked them to win more than 4 games. We both picked them to win. I think their over under was at 4, so I think they definitely get that. But staying in the AFC South, Tennessee had a home game against the Cardinals, and I think we both picked Tennessee to win this encompass spread. And we once again talked about Arizona and what they did last year, week 1, when they went out and upset the 49ers. We knew better on this one, but we went with Tennessee anyway. They got smacked by the Cardinals. Kyler in the offense ball, but I mean,
Kyler different.
Chandler Jones different. I mean, an all-time great performance. He got to be leading the shit. He's leading the race for the MVP right now. MVP and defensive player. He had 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, completely wrecked the game, completely dominated the game, man.
I was texting my man Chan last night, man, and a quote from Chan was, and I'm gonna edit this a little bit, but they can't block me. Now use your imagination as far as what other words might have been in there implemented, but he said they can't block me. 6 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Pay that man.
And then Taylor Lewan went to Twitter to what was your thoughts on that? When I first saw him, I'm like, all right, I think he was trying. I feel like he was trying to get in front of the slander.
You got to get in front of it.
Go ahead and own this. Come on, bro.
But I ain't doing that. I mean, I get it. I respect it as a competitor. You like, yo, okay, I got my butt whooped today. Shout out to, whoever the Chan man, but I'm not getting on Twitter and doing that. I know today in the film room, it's going to be a long film session for him. But hey, you have days like that in the office, man. Chan, he's one of the top to do it.
I can't even put that all on Taylor Lewan, because on Wednesdays, as you know, we come in that team meeting and we got on offense, defense, and special teams, we got them game records. And we say, hey, we can't let these guys. I know 55 was up there. He's been on there for a decade. We can't let 55 wreck this game. So we know, okay, match up with Lewan. After he give up 2 in the first quarter, all right, we got to give this guy some help. We got to adjust. We got to come on. But I think that was Todd Downing, the OC that came over from Oakland, who stunk it up. They obviously lost Arthur Smith. He's the head coach in Atlanta right now, but that's a whole team failure right there to let one guy have 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles.
Yeah, so, but I agree with you. I definitely agree with you, but Taylor, man, you gotta give me more than that, bro. You can't. You gotta give me more than that. And I feel you. Well, and that's just me. Like, I understand what you're saying. Like, give me a chipper. So hold on, right? So They ran a boot and then blocked Chandler.
Coaching.
Come on, now.
At some point, because on the other side, when the Cardinals got the ball, you got D-Hop out there. You can't put a corner out there one-on-one all and say, hey, you got to, ain't no give me better than that.
Man.
Like, come on, man. Some of these guys just different. Chandler's one of them, he's different.
Yeah, man. So, shout out to Chan, man. Hell of a game. I actually got another text from another player on the Arizona Cardinals. He saw that we both picked Tennessee. So he sent me the emoji eyes. I said, my fault. My apology.
I feel like when we both had the four Titans brands, I think I might have said something like,
you did say something like,
I kind of, because I felt like it should have at least been a Cardinal in there somewhere. But we was tripping.
Yeah.
You know, that was
Yeah.
You know, I think that was one of the games. We was dead ass wrong on it. The Green Bay Packers versus New Orleans. We both picked the Packers to win and cover the spread. Dead ass wrong. And I think it was one more. What was the other one?
I think it was the Philly Atlanta. I
had Philly against the spread.
Oh, you had Philly? Okay,
against the spread. I was just scared to pick them to win like a dumbass. And I told you, I remember, I said, you ain't learned your lesson about betting on Atlanta yet.
Nah, you definitely said that.
And I gave Matt Ryan the edge, and that shit was ugly. But back out of the NFC West, man, we talked about this division a lot. We done had a lot of conversation about the quarterbacks in this division. A lot of other media platforms and network have kind of chimed in and picked up on this conversation. But obviously, I think clearly the best division of football. We knew that coming into the season. Now after week one, sure. I think all 4 teams won. Now,
hold on.
Quarterbacks combined for 70. What's up?
Hold on real quick. We had a talk not too long ago on this show, right? On this show, and you came off with one of these hot takes and was like, San Francisco has the best quarterback situation, right? and you
Whoa, see, look at God. See your internet started glitching. See? You must have been about to say some bullshit. Hold on, let me.
I'm back.
Okay, damn.
So basically, you said on Thursday that San Fran has the best quarterback situation, right? And after week one, I'm not even going on a limb, and I'll say right now, they might have the worst quarterback situation. Don't do that. They might have the worst quarterback situation in the NFC West. Right now, the way the boys is playing, the way Matt Stafford balled last night, the way Kyler Murray played, the way Russell Wilson
look good.
I'm taking San Francisco situation dead last right now.
Okay, so
explain.
You know, sometimes you gather new information.
Explain, baby.
And you change your mind. And sometimes you stand on your mother square. I'm sticking with it. I think when it's all said and done, we're going to see Russell Wilson start off hot. What's new? He started off hot against the Colts week one. I knew the Colts were going to strike. I knew the Colts were going to lose that game. I picked them against my heart. I picked them to lose that game. They lost the game last year to Gardner Minshew in week one. He was 19 for 20 against that defense in week one. Russell came out. He pitched a damn near perfect game. Matt Stafford looked real good against that Bears defense. Kyler Murray, phenomenal game. I mean, don't act like San Fran didn't put up 38 early. Now it got shaky down the stretch, you know, after they lost Jason.
We talking teams or quarterbacks?
Quarterback. Shit. What's the stat line? What was everybody put up good stats? You saw they combined for 76 for 106, 1,178 yards, 12 TDs, 1 touchdown combined. So, I mean, you can pick either one of these teams right now and say, hey, that's the one. I still think Russell Wilson's the best quarterback in the division. Matt Stafford, look good. You look good. Kyler Murray look good.
When we talk about it, because you call him past Stafford. Like, you really don't bang with
I call him Matt. He
Matt
now. He Matt now. He was Sean.
Oh, he Matt now?
Sean, yeah, he Matt now.
Oh, he Matt now? Oh, okay.
Baby, shout out Matt, baby, 2009, same draft class.
I tried to told you a long time ago, like you get Matt in a situation like all these other good quarterbacks in, Matt gonna shine. Again, it's Overreaction Monday. It's only one game.
He looked good.
See. He looked real good. He looked real good.
Stadium at home, he looked good, man. You know, nothing bad. No, you can't say anything bad about any of these quarterbacks, honestly. Trey Lance came in,
but like I said, you went out on a limb talking reckless like that, saying well, I thought you were talking reckless with San Francisco got the best quarterback situation where you got these other three monsters out here balling and playing how they playing. But
I feel you. I'm still sticking with San Fran winning this division, the Rams being second, the Seahawks being third, and the Cardinals finishing in fourth. And I think it's three. There's going to be three teams that make the playoffs out of it. They look like four playoff teams, honestly, especially if Chan and that defense keep playing like that. But it's a toss-up, man. Great division of football.
Great division.
AFC South right now after week one. On the other hand, Houston's in the lead. Houston's in the lead right now. All the shit we've been talking all offseason, Houston is leading the AFC South right now as a division. That's why everybody lost except them. One of the other games, I guess let's talk about the shit we were right about. This Pittsburgh-Buffalo game. So this is my dog of the day. You picked Buffalo to win and cover the spread?
Yeah, I had Buffalo to win this.
Yeah, I had Buffalo winning the game, but I definitely had the Steelers covering the spread. I thought it would be close. I knew that defense being healthy, they done led the league in sacks for the last 4 years. And matter of fact, I don't know if y'all checked out my article in PFF or not, but I picked 4 games, and the only one I was wrong about was that Green Bay, New Orleans. But for my 4 best bets, and the Steelers were my dog of the day, so they showed up. They got a win. Shout out to the Steelers, man. They did their thing on the road against, a team that was very, very hot last year, man. What did you get a chance to check this game out? What did you think about it?
I checked it out a little bit, man. Buffalo, they came out strong, man. They came out strong, came out hot, had the lead. But, got to tip your hat off to the Steelers, man. Knew that defense was going to come ready to play. Expected Big Ben to come out and have a good year this year coming off his injury, man. So, Steelers are always going to come to play. Mike Tom going to have those guys ready,
Mike
man.
T.
So, shout out to them, man. And again, it's going to be a good battle in that division this year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good battle as well, man. The Browns. The
Browns, yeah.
Browns tricked it off, man. They had the lead all game, damn near wire to wire. Where shit went wrong and where it went bad for the brand, like 8 minutes, something left, punter catch the ball, drops it, and that's kind of when that whole tide turned of that game. You can't give Patrick Mahomes short field. He threw it to Kelsey for a quick touchdown. That whole game changed. Yep. Yeah, they end up losing. I picked this game right too. Kansas City winning, the Browns covering. I think it was a 5.5 point spread going into the game. I mean, the Chiefs, I think we kind of get almost like, I don't know, like numb to that firepower that they have on offense. And Patrick Mahomes, it was crazy. He hasn't lost a game in September yet in his career, which is
they're never out of the game. They're never out of the game, man. It's just one of them things. I know I was fortunate enough when I was with when Peyton. It was regardless what the score was, what point of the game you were in, you just have that dynamic play at that position, that quarterback position, man. You never out of the game. And definitely the firepower that they have around Patrick Mahomes, man. So, but on the other hand, Browns is gonna be tough this year.
They came out. They fought, and it ain't no moral victories in football. I remember Rob Matthews used to always say, what he say? Ain't no pity parties after losses, post loss, big loss, whatever, loss and loss. So hopefully they figure out how to, close those type of games out. I think their record is like 1-21 and like 1 in their last 24 season openers. So they get closer, obviously. Matter of fact, sticking with that game, did you see the situation on the sideline with the coach?
I did.
What you thought about that, man? Because a lot of people, the announcers, they were like, "Oh, you can't hit a coach like that. He should be thrown out the game and this, that." What did you think about that?
The announcer's full of shit, right? First off,
100% agree.
You know, so when you step on when you step in between the lines, like it's anything goes. Honestly, if you put your hands on me, I'm gonna put my hands on you, player or coach.
Fact.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we grown men. So the play, he didn't try to step on him intentionally. If you look at it, he tried to step over him. He got, you know, his foot caught the knee, fell off balance. I think the coach, if you was doing what he was doing, you know, seeing that his player was on the ground and the foot was in his stomach, he was trying to get that player off of him. I get that, but you can't expect to push anybody and not have any type of contact or any repercussions come towards you. You know what I mean? So as far as, you know, hopefully he appeals that. You know, definitely he will get that FedEx. So hopefully
that coach will probably get fined too. And that coach is my former teammate.
If we want to keep it a buck.
Facts. And that was my former teammate, and he knew what the hell he was doing. And you know, when you're in there, and most of y'all on here, and you know, never kind of been in that type of, but when you're in the heat of the battle, everything that's going on, the adrenaline, the everything. You know, he tried to get off him. His lineman pushed him. And he kind of still on him. Then you get pushed from the right. Like I done damn near had to push refs, or you know, caught myself like because at that point you just trying to. Yeah. So I think he was well within his right to go back. And I think if he would have just went back on the field, I know Andy Reid made a big deal out of it, but if he would have went back on the field, the coach of the sideline, once he fixed his hair, said to get his shit back together. I think they should have just kept going on with the game. And I don't like that they went to New York or whoever made that call to get him kicked out. I think that was dead ass wrong. That wasn't right, man. And they were already weak at the safety position. They were already banged up at that position. But I think Harrison should have definitely stayed in that game. And I really hope they don't tap his pockets at all.
Nah, for sure. Now I think, like you said, I think he'll appeal that. And once they actually slow it down and have some logical people review the film, man, I think he'll be good.
Yeah, I think he would too. Speaking of refs, I know refs involved in that. Still making history. Man. You got this one.
Man, you already know. Maya Shaka, first black woman to officiate an NFL game.
Shout out.
Another HBCU alum. If I'm remembering correctly, she's an HBCU alum. So we definitely doing big things out there. But definitely shout out to Maya, man. Being able to, you know, first black woman to officiate an NFL game, man. So dope to see.
Definitely dope, man. Still, you know, let me see where she went to school.
Making things happen.
Yeah, still making things happen. Still, let me see right now. State? Shout out to the HBCUs too. Eddie George and Coach Prime. Well, Coach Eddie George and Coach Prime squared off. Prime's son balled too. They won another game, so they're 2-0. Jackson State 2-0. Norfolk State University.
Norfolk State, yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh yeah, Norfolk State. Another HBCU legend out here doing things, man. But you know, I'm gonna go take my little break real quick. And on the other side, we got the mailbag. We're gonna talk about how you hit and made some more money on Underdog. What else we got? We're gonna talk about these rookie QBs, and then you know, obviously take some questions, man. So I'll be right back in a minute.
Yeah. Meanwhile, y'all put some y'all ask me some questions, man, to my man D Buck get back up in here. Definitely a good day of football, man. My record took a hit. Hopefully tonight, man. I took the Las Vegas Raiders to beat the Baltimore Ravens tonight. So hopefully they'll get that dub. That'll put me at 8-8 week 1. As far as against the line, I'm not even sure what I'm looking like right there, but it's been a tough week 1. Does Florida State regret not getting Deion Coach Sanders as their head coach? I think so, man. I think Florida State, that's actually my team besides Howard. And watching them lose to Jacksonville State, that's tough. I think Coach Sanders, man, definitely he would have been able to do something for for that program. Obviously, being an alum and one of the greats to come out of Florida State, could have got a lot of recruits coming in there. So it's definitely something they're gonna have to look at in the future. And then hopefully Florida State can turn it around. But if they keep going down this road, I think Coach Sanders might be getting a call sooner than later. _1 Wade, what does locker room shit talk look like after a bad performance from Taylor? Actually, it's not gonna be a lot of shit talk. You know, obviously he feels bad. He knows he played poor. So it's not gonna be a lot of shit talk. It's really gonna be, you know, hey, look, we gotta play better week 2. We gotta play better. You gotta play better. And it's all about accountability. And the teams that have that accountability and players that's being held accountable can show and prove that next week or in the future. That's when you see the tough teams and the good teams prevail. But right now, it's not gonna be a lot of shit talk. You definitely gonna be like, yo, you play like some shit. But, we need you, and you got to play better. Man, Rich Dizzy, AB, how good is the Saints defense, man? Saints defense is good on all levels. Up front, you got Cam Jordan, on the second level, linebackers flying around. And on the back end, obviously, you got great safety play, great corner play, Lattimore, Jenkins. So on 3 levels, man, all 3 levels, that Saints defense, man, they can play ball. And what I like about that situation and what D-Buck talked about as far as like playing complementary football is that when you have Jameis Winston and he can continue to play like he does, you got Alvin Kamara, you got your receiver weapons. When that offense can get up and get going, now that defense, man, can fly. They can pin their ears back. They can go get the quarterback on the back end. They can do what they do, see the ball, react on the ball. So I love. Again, this is just week 1. It's Overreaction Monday, but the formula that the Saints have right now, if they can stick to that formula, it's gonna be scary.
Yeah, man. Good. You know what? Somebody just reminded me, and I don't think this would have changed the game. It was a big pivotal point in the game, but what I saw from A-Rod in that offense, it didn't look like they would have, made something happen. But that roughing the passer call, that was a terrible call when Jameis threw that red zone pick. Would have been his only pick of the day. Was the Darius Smith? I mean, I've seen some bad roughing the passer calls, so I ain't gonna go too crazy, but that was a bad, terrible call.
Mm-hmm.
On that
one more. Tanner Hall, how impressive was K. Murray, or did the Titans stink? I don't think the Titans stink. I think it just goes to show how talented K. Murray is, like his ability to be able to escape the pressure, prolong the plays, kind of what you used to see in Russell Wilson back in a few years prior. But K. Murray, he is the real deal.
Special, yeah, he's special.
The Titans, I don't think they stink. I think the Titans will bounce back, but they definitely had a tough go week 1. So
what did
I just think
how many
just
yards?
The Arizona Cardinals is a good team.
Henry ended up with. How many yards did Henry? What did he? 17 rushes for 58 yards, no TD. Like at one point, he was like 9 carries, 8 yards. I think. Like
shout out to the front. Shout out to the front, and to be successful against a team like that, because I think one of the things that we talked about, D-Buck, was how would you go into a game as a defensive coordinator and approach the Tennessee Titans offense, right? You have, Derrick Henry, who's down here runner, but then you have 2 capable number 1s on the outside.
Yeah.
So do you stack the box and leave your corners one solo, or do you play too high and have a light box? And I think one of my things was that week. Right. So my thing was, when you go into that week, you look at your front and say, hey, we need y'all to play big. And I think the Arizona Cardinals, man, they play huge with, Corey Peters, Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, Marcus Golden, and the boys. They play big. Simmons in the linebacker position coming downhill, making plays. So
that's big. When you can stifle that run game like that and make the Titans one-dimensional, That's the recipe to beat. And then obviously we got an offense that's capitalizing on the other side. So coming into the game week to week, it's going to depend first and foremost on your personnel. Okay, what can we do? Because some teams can't, like the New Orleans Saints, they show, our front is good enough for us to be able to play with a light box. Same with the Cardinals. We don't have to put 8.5 players in the box every snap to stop the run. So when you got that personnel that can do that, hats off to you, man.
Yeah,
but they shut that shit down. They balled, man. I just want to see it keep going. Some good football, man. Some good football. Who did you I forgot who you picked MVP going into this season.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, okay. Only week one, but he stunk it up. He stunk it up. My MVP.
Who was your MVP?
My MVP pick. And also he was one of the upsets that I picked. He was my other favorite dog of the day, which he was only a 1.5 point dog. But Justin Herbert and that Chargers team, man, they look good against that vaunted Washington football team defense. He was effective, efficient all day, made some huge throws down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Keenan Allen ball, Mike Williams ball. Eckler played well. He was coming in with a hamstring. What did I think? Herbert threw for 337. Only one pick. I mean, impressive, man. Fitzpatrick got hurt. Heineke came in. He was 11-15, one touchdown, no pick. Who you think continues to start at quarterback out there in Washington? You think Fitzpatrick stays there, or you think they
Fitzpatrick, he got a hurt hip, man, so he's gonna be out for some weeks. So Heineke, he's gonna have to take the charge. He's gonna have to take the lead. So we seen him last year come in late and do some things. So this is his opportunity. So again, man, I'm all about opportunity.
Obviously, it's a quarterback out there. And we may have talked about this potential marriage here. And Ron Rivera is the head coach, very familiar with his quarterbacks, drafted him #1 overall when he was the rookie head coach out of Carolina. Cam Newton, you think there's any chance we get Cam Newton taking a visit up there to DC?
Yeah, it's always a chance.
What's the likelihood? What you think? I'm gonna say it's about a 70, depending on how bad this hip is.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. Depending on how bad this hip is, how many weeks he's going to be out. If he's going to be out, I would say, if it's anything, 4 to 5 weeks, I'd say they don't get Cam. But if they feel as though this is a situation where he'll be out for a long period of time, that definitely could be a possibility.
I can see it being much more likely. Obviously, the vaccine thing was the issue, and I know Ron Rivera has been very outspoken on that. But so we'll see how it goes there. That will probably be the only deterrent I could potentially see. But people keep talking about these Pete Carroll shoes. I didn't see Pete Carroll shoes. What he had on? He must have had some fire on. I've seen like 5-6 people talking about him.
I ain't seen.
What else we got, man? Let's talk about some of these rookie quarterbacks, though. Obviously Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, they got the starts. All three of them took an L. Mac Jones was he took an L at home. Close game, running back fumbled late, just like Dalvin Cook did in that game, which got my card.
Yeah, that was
tough, man. But what did you think about these rookie performances? Justin Fields got in, he scored a touchdown. Trey Lance got in, he did his thing on the game, had an imprint, scored. What did you think about these rookie quarterbacks?
I think what we expected. Some ups, some downs. Mac Jones, I think he looked probably the most
ready,
I guess you can say. But Trevor Lawrence, he came out there. He had some good throws as well. Zach Wilson was out there running for his life. They gotta show up that old line out there in New York for the Jets.
Big Ticket hurt too, man.
Yeah,
Mekhi Becton, that big left tackle, he's hurt. Don't know how serious. I don't know how serious yet. I don't know if anybody in the comments does with some accurate information, but it didn't look good. It looked good on paper as far as the offense coming into this game, and I tried to tell people like, hey, it's gonna be a long road for the Jets, man. You were one of the people that said, hey, y'all should have just kept Darnold and built around him. Obviously shipped him off. But
They're gonna start listening. They're gonna start tuning in to Man Pod and start listening to us a little bit.
It's what I expected. It's what, just like you said, it's what I expected. And Urban Meyer, it was actually a New York Post article that came out about Urban Meyer in Jacksonville a couple hours before kickoff about kind of how he's rubbed a lot of the coaches the wrong way. How he gets quote unquote unhinged. Yeah, in Jacksonville. Unhinged. I went back to Jacksonville, my bad. Number 1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence. He threw 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. But that it don't look like Urban gonna last long, man. I hate to be right about that, but it's looking more and more right by the day.
I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see, crazy. But it's not as easy as people think.
Nah, it's tough, man. You're dealing with grown ass men all over this. You don't have as much power, control. You got to know how to deal with those personalities, all of it. But crazy stat with Trevor Lawrence. This was his first. We talked earlier about Patrick Mahomes not losing in September, going into his 3rd year as a starter, I believe, or 4th year now. Trevor Lawrence has never lost a regular season game as a starting quarterback. High school, college, first game as a pro, he loses. And also it's his first 3 interception game, I believe, of his quarterback career too. I mean, that's some, I don't care what level or levels of football you played. That's some wild shit. So I think his trajectory still up for. If you had to rank him right now, as far as I know we only 1 game in, as far as what you project their careers to be, these 5 quarterbacks, I'm gonna rank them first. I'll rank them first. I'm gonna go. I think Justin Fields is gonna have the best career when it's all said and done. Trevor Lawrence after him, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson.
All right, I'm gonna go Mac. I'm gonna go Mac Jones first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Mac Jones first. And my reason for that, just the organization. You know what I mean? Just bringing in just the supporting cast. I think Bill always does a good job with that, and just having a great organization. As we all, like I always say, I feel as though a player's trajectory depends a lot on what's around them. You know what I mean? That's quarterback. As far as like quarterback, I'm talking about coaches, I'm talking about players, I'm just talking about just everyday routine. What's the best fit for these young men? So that's why I'm gonna go with Mac Jones. I'll go with Justin Fields. I'll go Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, and then Zach Wilson. And no knock on Zach Wilson's ability, but again,
talented, very talented.
It's just the organization at this point in time, and how long is it going to take for them to get to a point where they'll be very, very competitive. And as we know, we don't give quarterbacks a long time to see if they're NFL. I'm not gonna say NFL ready, but we don't give them a long time to see if we're gonna stick with them. 2 to 3 years.
That's a tough market too for anybody, especially a young quarterback coming from where he coming from. Like you in the biggest media market in the world. So all of your failures are going to be, highlighted on the front page, and then, same with your successes, but it's definitely a lot to deal with. So, okay.
Yeah. Let's talk about
okay, go ahead.
Go ahead with the mailbag.
Yeah, we get a couple of these mailbag questions. First of all, this is the mailbag. This is the email address for the mailbag for the Man to Man Pod, db20toab41@gmail.com. We'll read off a couple of these every time. We got a couple today. We got one from one of our day ones, G.I. Joe 317. Let's see what G.I. Joe asks. Let me see it. Okay, here we go. If you took the top wide receiver and the top DB/free safety and they flip positions, who has an easier time? The wide receiver playing DB or vice versa? Did you ever think you could play both ways? Why or why not?
I'm gonna go DB to receiver. Yeah.
Same for me. And I'm a
fix your camera real quick.
Oh God, come on. Oh, that ain't work. Yeah, I'm gonna go DB playing DB going to receiver too, because we've seen it happen both ways. We've seen Edelman play some DB, Troy Brown, but I mean we've seen more DBs go, Champ, Dion, Pac-Man, Talib. Like, if you got Pat Peterson, if you got them ball skills, like how to find space, catch the ball. It's a lot more that goes into playing that cornerback position. You got to not be scared to go up there and hit. It's a lot more. So I think it's definitely it'll be a lot easier for a defensive player to go and play wide receiver.
And then just for the near fact that, receivers aren't 100% comfortable with going backwards, backpedaling. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of the time, most of their lives, they're, running forward. So being able to having the backpedal and break and getting out that backpedal is different. So
so I think we definitely agree there. And I got experience doing it. I did it my senior year in college. I played both ways. My coach, shout out Randy Essel, he that was one of a condition of me coming back from my senior year, and he finally let me do it. So and I had one period where I would go practice with the offense, and I get in games, and when we need to play, go out there beat. So it's like going in the backyard.
So you was the playmaker.
I was, our receiver room wasn't, we had Donald Brown in the backfield, and we was giving him the ball 30 times. But when we needed to play, if we were down a couple touchdowns or something like that, I had probably about a 15-play script every game. And, it's kind of like what you do growing up. You line up, you beat somebody, get open, make a play. So I think that's a much easier transition than going the other way around. But either way, in the NFL, super, 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 super difficult. To go out there and do that.
Yeah.
We got one more. You want to get this one?
Go ahead. What is it? Who is it?
Nicholas Riley Popovich. Shout out to both of these guys. Let me chime it. Do you guys like how the 49ers and the Bears gave red zone snaps to the rookie QBs? Is it a good way to get them in the game learning instead of just starting right away? As a coach, what do you look for to know a young QB is ready to start versus knowing they need more practice?
Man, I think and not to really harp on like where they got in at, obviously it was red zone, but I think it is I kind of go back and forth on this because, if I'm on a team, I would like to see us rock with one quarterback, right? Now, if that quarterback is playing well, we rock with him. If he's not playing well, get him out of there, and we can go with another quarterback. But in some situations, I do see where, I think in the coach's mind and the organization mind, they both know that these young quarterbacks are going to be playing at some point of the year, right? So being able to put them in different situations in the game to get their feet wet and just get them accustomed to, getting in the huddle, calling the play, and where the bullets are really flying, I kind of like it. And as far as like knowing what to see in a young quarterback, really it's communication and just if he's making bonehead mistakes. We know he's going to make mistakes as a young quarterback, but what type of mistakes are you making? Mm-hmm. And just, being able to communicate what you're seeing. I think that happens a lot. If
that's
if
a big,
quarterback,
huge part of it.
If a young guy can go out there and make a mistake, but he can come to the sideline and communicate to you what he saw and why he made that decision. And then sometimes you be like, okay, well, I can see why you did that. I think that's a lot of times of a characteristic of somebody that's ready to play.
And that kind of, I was about to say that leads to that second half of that question. Like, what do you know? What helps you know when that young guy's ready to play? And I think that right there is a big part of it. And you spoke on Andrew Luck, and you knowing, okay, this dude ready to play. You knew that early on. A big part of that was because he could, okay, this is why I checked this, or this is what happened. This is why I threw this pick. This is how I threw this touchdown. So that's a big part of it. Chris Collinsworth, man, I love Chris, but man, he was killing me last night. Just continue to just harp on Justin Fields. And if he just, just watching Andy Dalton, if you see how Andy Dalton threw that crossover, you saw he threw that check there, like, bro, if we a week one of the football season and Justin Fields don't know and he got to take a check down here and there. Like, everybody on that sideline need to be fired. But yeah, I think I'm always, not always, but a lot of the times AB is like, hey, wait till he's ready, let him get prepped, throw him in that fire. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the best way, especially if you drafted a guy high. You throw him in that fire and you let him learn on the fly, man. You let him figure it out. Now, if you're just completely not ready, like I don't think Trey Lance, after seeing him in the preseason, I didn't think Trey Lance was ready. But these Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, obviously you don't have any choice there. Zach Wilson, same thing. But Mac Jones, you see the Patriots, what direction they went. Like, throw him in the fire, let him make some mistakes, and let them figure it out, man. Most of the times, these guys do, and if they don't, shit, they'll be seeing ghosts like Sam Darnold. Be up out of there in a couple of years.
Speaking on Sam Darnold, let's talk about the Carolina game. Carolina and the Jets, man.
Sam Darnold Bowl.
Yeah, Sam Darnold Bowl. And, obviously I'm out here in Charlotte, watch the game. My only one concern is that they was feeding C-Mac too much.
Too much?
Too much.
Yeah,
now,
I mean, that's the bell. That's the,
that's the bell cow. I get
ADP,
it.
Yeah.
I definitely get it. But it was handoff, check down, screen, line them up. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like, you want to get, your best player the ball. And obviously you want to come out, week one and get that W. But for them to be successful, I feel as though the rest of this year, they definitely got to get some more people involved.
Yeah, you got to. You can't be that predictable. Not only that, but C-Mac's health. Obviously, he was banged up a lot of last year. He's not the biggest dude on the field. I love how he plays the game, and it's probably hard for that offensive coordinator, not to give him the ball a bunch. But I'm sure the fantasy owners loved it. But as far as going a 17-game season, hopefully getting to the playoffs at some point, I guess you don't want to put that much wear and tear on 22. I expected Sam Darnold to get out there and have an efficient game. He did. I think Robbie Anderson, he made a big play. He got behind the D. He does what he does. But you got weapons over there. Get those weapons involved. Don't be predictable and try to manage that C-Mac load as much as possible. Pause.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But let me see. Tell these people about your underdog ticket, man. How did you tell them about that yet?
Man, no, I ain't telling them yet, man. That underdog ticket, man. Obviously, y'all go download the app, or y'all can go to underdogfantasy.com. You can use our code MAN. You get your extra $25 when you tap in. But my underdog ticket, man. 5-player prop. I bet 50 with a possibility to win 1,000. And I would.
Who did you have up there?
I had Mike Davis from the Atlanta Hawks. Oh, no, I said Hawks. Atlanta Falcons. Over 67.5 rushing and receiving. Brandon Cooks over 5 receptions. George Kittle over 63.5 receiving yards. Adam Thielen over 5 receptions, and Tyrod Taylor over 226.5 total yards. All of them hit. Brandon Cooks, I bet him to have over 5 receptions. He had 5 receptions. So the good thing about underdog,
you got to tell me about this, because I didn't know this could even happen.
Me neither. So with Brandon Cooks only having 5 and not going over 5, I thought I missed out. But then I'm looking at my account and I'm seeing some money in there. So shout out to our producer Tone. Hit. He showed, Tone, he a smart man. So he did, he picked the same picks that I had. He a smart man. So he said, hey, AB, you see underdog, they gave you half of your ticket. They pushed on the Brandon Cooks. I said, nah, I didn't. But I noticed I had a lot of money in my account. So shout out to underdog for that.
So you end up hitting 5 for 500. You bet 50 hit 500.
5 for 500 off a $50 bet. I can't. Hey, that's a good Sunday for me.
Underdog, y'all said over 5. He ain't had over 5, dog.
Hey,
take that shit back.
Hey, why you hating? You picked him too.
I did. My whole
team
got
you want. Talk about your player prop.
Hold on, let me see who I had. I think Tom put it in the chat. But who hit on mine? Who didn't hit? Dalvin Cook. He was like 20 yards short. I think I had him over 125. I had Stephon Diggs at 89.5 yards. He was under. So I didn't hit. I wasn't even close. I got 3 out of 5.
Stephon Diggs is man-to-man alum, but I tried to tell you about that one.
Yeah, I had another one too. Devontae Smith over 4 receptions. He hit. Chase Claypool over 49.5 didn't hit. Ty Taylor over 226. That was easy money. And then I had that
follow
push
my
on
lead,
Brandon
bro.
Cooks. Yeah, man, but
you
know what I mean? Y'all check out that the fantasy teams though.
Oh yeah, it's ugly for me right now.
Fantasy teams looking good right now.
So out of the three drafts that we've done, I think I'm dead last in one of them.
No surprise there.
I'm dead last in one of them, and our 6-man, I think I'm second, and then another one, our 10-man draft, I think I'm like 3rd or 4th. So the one I'm in dead last, I ain't tripping. We gonna get back right.
No way. Y'all drop some of your we got 3 minutes. I want to see some of y'all part. Anybody that put a prop together, put a card together on Underdog. Only if you use that code, man. If you ain't use that code, man, get that shit up out of here. But let me see. Nakeem Walker, Dolphins gave up a 35-yard run on the first play of the game to Damian Harris. I took the under on 72.5 yards for him. He ended the game with like 100 yards. My other 4 picks were right. Damn, that's the worst, man. I'd rather my shit just go 1 for 5. Or if I go 4 for 5, man, that's be sick, man. But yeah. So we got that one. Who else got it? Gavin Hayes. He got Sammy Watkins at 50+ yards tonight. What else you got, man?
I did a ticket for the night as well. I'm gonna let y'all know my ticket for the night.
Matter of fact, that's how we'll close this out. Let me pick one right now. Pick one right now, Underdog.
So I did a 3-pick. I did 3 picks. I got Mark Andrews over 58.5. I got Josh Jacobs over 66.5 rushing and receiving. And I got Lamar over 284.5 total yards. Those are my 3 picks.
You only doing tonight. 3?
Yeah, I'm only doing 3 tonight.
All right, I'm going 5. I got Lamar Jackson under 0.5 interceptions. I don't think he throws a pick tonight against the Raiders. Marquise Brown, I got him over 53.5 yards. Sammy Watkins, I got him over 3.5 receptions. Mark Andrews, 5.5 receptions or 61.5 yards. Which one should I go with, guys? Which one do I go with? Derek Carr, over 0.5 interceptions. I'm going to go over. I think he throws one tonight. Henry Ruggs, longest reception, 19.5 yards. Come on, y'all got Darren Waller, over 6.5 receptions. I'm going there. That's my 5. Lamar Jackson, under 0.5 interceptions. Marquise Brown, Hollywood, over 53 yards. Sammy Watkins, 4 catches or more. Derek Carr, you throw a pick. Darren Waller, you get 7 catches. I'm going to bet 50 on that. Potential payout of $1,000. There we go. We in there. So appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate everybody. What's this? First weekend legal here in Arizona.
I'm up over 1,000. That's what I'm talking about. Keep it going, baby.
You know, don't give it all back, though. I'm gonna tell you that. Yeah. I know they probably don't want to hear me say that. Don't give it all back. You know, you gotta. That's how AB used to do it. The dice game. We'll be betting. AB be tucking. He tucking money in his socks, in his pocket, in his hat. Hey. You know what I mean? You gotta always leave up.
Hey, I got video. That boy T Choice sent me some video of one of them days in the hotel room. Good times.
I got to see that, man. You got to send me that. T. Choice used to be hilarious in the dice
hilarious.
Game, but all right, man. Y'all have a good one. Y'all go tap in with Pat. I'm actually going to be jumping on there about 35 minutes on his Overreaction Monday with Pat and the boys. Hope everybody enjoyed their first NFL Sunday. We got some more football tonight. Y'all be safe this week. We're going to tap in with y'all on Thursday.
Yes, sir. Y'all be good.
You.